Hey there, my name's Alyssa. Today I'm going to be making something I've never made before. Sourdough donuts. I'm really excited. I've never ate them before, never seen them before. I know that there's like sourdough donuts out there obviously, but like where are they? I saw a recipe by Bread by Elise on Instagram and they looked so good. I had to make them. So I started reading through the recipe and I realized it's a 3-day process. So join me over the next 3 days to make these sourdough donuts. I work at a sourdough bakery, so I brought home some of the starter that we have there. It's a 10-year-old starter that we call Mama, and I brought it home to make the levain. The levain is just taking some of the starter and mixing it with more flour and water for this specific recipe. Now I'm gonna add the bread flour, the sugar, the salt, the whole milk, eggs, and the levain to my stand mixer. Mix just until combined. The next step is to auto-lease for 30 minutes, which is just a rest to help the flour fully hydrate. Usually when I auto-lease a recipe, I don't add the salt until after, but I wanted to follow Elise's recipe exactly, so I added it now and we'll see if it's any different. Cover this for a half hour. Next I'm going to mix this on medium speed for 5 minutes. Then slowly add the softened butter. Scrape down the sides and continue mixing for a whole 20 minutes. My artisan mixer didn't like this very much. It started getting really hot and shaking all over the place, but she did it and I'm very proud. Now this is my favorite part. It's time for the window pane test. This is where you rip off some of the dough, get your fingers a little floury, and stretch the dough out to see if it's developed enough gluten. You should be able to get it super thin where you can almost see through it without it tearing. Now I'm gonna scrape the dough out into a lightly oiled bowl. This is also the best bowl scraper because it's so nice and bendy. Oh, this is beautiful actually. Look at that. It smells really good too. Like cinnamony when there's no cinnamon in it. Okay. Put that in a nice smooth ball. Oh. I'm gonna let that rise for 6 hours. I'm gonna gently fold the dough twice tonight. Once after an hour and a half, and again after 3 hours. I like to start by pulling up the top and pulling up the bottom and making sure to get a really good stretch. Then fold the sides and flip the whole thing over for a nice smooth ball again. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how warm and like beautiful it is. I'll see you at 7:30. The recipe says to rest the dough in the fridge for 6 to 8 hours, but my schedule was a little nutty and it was closer to 20 hours. I really like rolling out cold dough because it's so much easier to roll. Oh, this is so fun. But it's also so much easier to go too thin, and in hindsight, I wish I went thicker. I think I would have had a better proof line. Elise's recipe is for filled donuts, but I wanted to do rings, so this part's a little different. I got a perfect dozen out of this. I love when that happens. These get proofed on a wire rack at room temp for 10 to 14 hours, or until they double in size. Mine took closer to 17 hours. I'm gonna round up all these scraps into a nice ball to use for something later. Then give it the involuntary slap, and I'll see you in the morning. Oh my god, these smell so good. They're nice and fluffy. I fried these at 365 like always, and about 2 minutes on each side. These look really good. Now for the toppings. I've been obsessed with lavender lately, so I wanted to toss half the donuts in a lavender sugar. Didn't really work very well, did it? And for the other half, I'm gonna make a dark chocolate glaze by heating up the butter and milk until steaming. And we're gonna pour it over the chocolate. Add a little shot of vanilla and mix it together. Since I chose the world's smallest bowl, I had to size up before whisking in the powdered sugar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes the powdered sugar doesn't mix in well by hand, so I switched to my immersion blender to make it really smooth. That looks so perfect. I'm gonna do half of these with the lavender sugar and the other half with the chocolate. These are really light and fluffy. This looks so good. And the lavender smells so good. You want to glaze these when the donuts and the glaze are completely cool. I top them with some flaky Malden sea salt. Oh my god, I love salted chocolate. Beautiful. And now, after 3 days, it's time to give them a try. This is really exciting. I've never had a sourdough donut. I've never made a sourdough donut. This is my lavender sugar one. It looks really good so far. Oh, it smells like lavender. I can definitely taste the sourdough part of it. Like it's a little tangy. It smells a little tangy. Look at that air pocket in there. Okay, this salted chocolate one. It's gonna be really messy, but I'm excited to try it as well. Oh, it's so salty and chocolatey and rich, and that little tang of sourness is just like really good. I really like these donuts. I'm bringing some donuts to my coworkers. and I'm excited for them to try donuts made with the starter from work and see what they think. Traded treats for treats. She said, it's so good. I love the salt ratio and you can taste a little bit of sour. And I said, thanks. So, were these 72-hour donuts worth it? I think they were. They were so good, so different, and really fun to make. And they just sat out overnight. So it made it really nice to be able to wake up and they were already proofed and ready to fry. That's usually like unheard of. You have to wake up at like 1:30 in the morning if you want donuts by 7 a.m. So that made it very worth it. Let me know in the comments if you would ever spend 3 days making donuts. Also, let me know if you've ever seen sourdough donuts at a bakery somewhere, because I haven't. I don't know if maybe I'm not going into the right bakeries, but I want to see more of them. They were so good. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.